guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Eileen from Makeup Eileen. If you're already subscribed to this channel, welcome back guys. So for today's video, we're going to be testing out some LA Girl products. We have their primer spray, prep hydrating primer spray. We have their setting spray that fixes and sets makeup for extended wear over here. We have their foundation, their Pro Matte Foundation HD High Definition Matte Long Wear Matte Foundation over here. We have this concealer in a nice dark color for contouring. We have a lightening brightening concealer, and we have an eyeshadow palette over here. Does it have a name? Nope, it's just an eyeshadow palette with a black and gold glitter on it. So I thought it would be really fun to test out some products and try to do a 12-hour wear test on this foundation. So let's jump right into this video. Okay, so my face is washed, it's all nice and clean and fresh, and this is a priming spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer, and I'm just going to put it in the T-zone to help below some of these pores of mine, like I would normally do with any foundation that I use. So I'm just going to put it right here where I have my largest pores and let that seep in. I'm a little bit worried that this is a hydrating primer. I hope it's not going to make the oils in my skin go crazy. Let's just open this up. This is the primer. It says it's a primer spray. It preps and hydrates the face for makeup. So it's got a double cap. That's interesting. Let's see what the mist is like. It's a nice gentle mist. I'm just going to spritz the face. Get it all nice and wet. I'm just going to put 2 sprays in my hand, and I'm just going to press it on my skin. Just wipe off the excess on my chest, because otherwise it can tend to get really sticky. It does feel very hydrating. Sorry, the dogs are going crazy outside. It almost smells like the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. It smells like coconutty fresh. It is starting to dry. It will be interesting to see if it's tacky or if it's just super hydrating. While we're waiting for that to settle in, let's grab our foundation and open it up. I got the shade Sand because they didn't have a neutral color at Discam where I went. They didn't have like the plain neutral, but I have got a slight tan, so I'm hoping it's going to match. If not, I'll just correct it with a lot more concealer than normal. So this is what it comes like. It's in a nice glass bottle. It feels very luxe. It's not very expensive, but it's also not very cheap. Let's see what it looks like. It looks like a very thick foundation. It does look a tad dark. Let's just do a... Actually, it's not that dark. I think we can make it work. Okay, I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. 2.5 pumps. It does feel tacky, this primer, so that's a good thing. Just going to grab my beauty sponge and I'm just going to put it all over the face. And just bounce that into the skin. Let me scooch my mirror a little bit closer. Don't forget your ears and your neck. It always smells like a very subtle perfume. The fragrance not too bad, but there's definitely a fragrance. It's definitely giving quite a bit of coverage. And I still have quite a bit on the back of my hand, so I'll probably use too much. Just go all the way down the neck. It's actually not bad of a shade. Like, it's pretty good. The shade isn't that bad for my skin. I think it will definitely be too dark in winter, but it's looking pretty okay. I can tell you straight off the back while blending this in, it is definitely mattifying. Like, I can feel it drying down. It doesn't dry down super quick, but it is definitely drying down on the skin. It looks really nice. I'm actually really impressed. I've been having bad luck with foundations at the moment. Everything that I test that's new or try to do a wear test on turns to poop, but I have a little bit of high hopes for this guy. Let's hope 6 hours in it's not a hot mess, but anyway, only time is going to tell. Okay, let's grab the concealer. I have tried this concealer before. I was actually silly, I didn't pick up any of their bronzers or anything like that, but I can always try that out later. I'm just gonna it was clever, squirted in my eye. That, and I'm going to grab this guy. Yeah, I've seen everyone on TikTok using this as like a cream contour bronzer. The only thing I don't like is this like squeezy tube. Like, I would prefer a doe foot applicator, but it's not the end of the world. Contour. Wow, I look crazy. Okay, let's blend that down the neck. It's a very nice shade. Shade this is while I'm blending. The writing is so dark and so is the product. I'll have to check out what the shade is of this cream concealer and then pop it up here quickly. does blend really nice. Let's hope it doesn't dry down too fast because I might have a little bit of a problem. Oh, picked up all the concealer. Really blends nicely. Okay, let's blend in this concealer. Probably put way too much down. I don't know if it's because of the foundation, the primer, or what, and the concealer, but everything is blending so pretty together. Everything just like melting into the skin and looking so gorgeous and flawless. Like it looks so good. Okay, I'm just going to set the face, bronze it up, put some brows on it, and we're going to get back into testing out this eyeshadow palette or playing with it. Okay guys, I have my bronzer, a little bit of blush. I have not put highlight on because it can kind of sway my decision whether a foundation is getting dewy or if it's just the highlighter. I feel like a highlighter can sometimes emphasize the oiliness on my skin, so I've left that out to give it a genuine wear test. This foundation definitely dried down to like a natural matte feel. It is definitely very full coverage. A little bit goes a long way. The color, I'm not mad at it. It's actually a very good match to my skin. It's a little bit darker than me, but bronze up the chest and no one will know. All the products went on so gorgeous on top of each other. So we have the setting spray. I'm just going to give my face a light mist with the setting spray that fixes and sets makeup for an extended makeup. It definitely has a slight fragrance, but nothing too crazy, so I'm just going to let that soak into the skin a little bit, and then we're going to take our beauty sponge and I'm just going to pat over my face just to kind of press in that setting spray. Which I find makes my foundation last a lot longer. It also doesn't transfer as quickly as what it would if you don't do this. Okay, my brows are on, my eyes are primed with their concealer. So let's go into this 18 Shadow LA Girl palette. It's a very pretty, oh, I have foundation on my hand, I don't want to get that dirty, but it's glitter, but the glitter doesn't come off when you rub it. It's very pretty and looks glamorous. This is what it looks like at the back. You guys know I've been obsessed with green at the moment, and that is why I gravitated towards it. Looked like it had some nice green shades in it. Oh wow, when you open it up it looks like that. You have, let's take the plastic off. You have some very pretty shimmers of greens of blue, like deep blues. Then you have some like purpley tones, the greens and golds, champagne color, and then your nice neutral mattes. So this looks very pretty. Now what I think I'm going to go with like the purpley grays today. So I'm going to grab this color, invite this shade over here, this nice matte shade, and I'm going to put that in the crease. You also get a very nice big mirror, which is pretty. It's a nice mirror. So let's grab a big fluffy brush. Fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to go into invite, and I'm just going to work that under the brow as a transition shade. Wow, that's pigmented. That is so easy to blend. Wow, okay, let's do this side. Okay, we have our transition shade down. Let's grab a big fluffy crease brush, but slightly smaller, and go into the shade Drink Up. The shade over here. Where am I? The shade over here. I'm going to put that in our crease. Barely touched in the pan, and it's like color, so that is good, but they also blend very nicely. They're not just pigment and you cannot move them. This is going to be such a quick eyeshadow look, because I find when the pigments are really there that so easy to do your makeup look. Like, it's done nearly. Wow. Okay, let's grab a slightly smaller crease brush. I'm going to go into this color Night Out, and we're just going to put that on the outer corner of the eyelid. Just like that, to the side. Okay. Before I do, let's do the lower lash line before I do anything else. And I'm going to grab the color Drink Up again, which is the darker brown, a crease shade. I'm just going to smudge out the lower lash line. Okay. Now what colors to use? I think I'm going to use this naughty color over here. It's a nice purple shade. I'm going to do that in the middle. Let's grab a flat brush. Just wet the brush. It's a very dark purple, but like almost got like an electric pop every now and then of color. Like, is it purple? Is it just dark? That is gorgeous. Okay, let's do the other arm. That is a very pretty color. Okie Let's go into the color Tinsel, which is like a grey purple. Put that on the eyelid. Let's grab another brush. That is really pretty. Let's do the other one. Okay, now let's grab the shade Disco Ball, which is like a silvery color with a slight bit of purple reflect in it, and grab a tiny brush and put that in our inner corner just to brighten up our inner corner a little. It's really pretty. Look at these dogs. Just like that. I'm I'm going to pop off camera real quick, put some mascara on, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Okay, you guys, I put on some mascara, just a little bit of mascara. This eyeshadow from LA Gold is gorgeous. This black and rose gold one. I cannot wait to play with some of these other shades. They're flipping so gorgeous and so pigmented. The mattes and the shimmers are gorgeous. The foundation feels super lightweight on the skin and definitely is more of a matte foundation than the other matte foundations I've tried this year so far. So really I'm impressed with this foundation. We are going to do a wear test and we'll see if it starts breaking up or if it holds its shape and stays matte. And then this primer spray is really nice. It definitely feels fresh on the skin. It does leave a slightly tacky feel to the skin, so that's really good. It's not too sticky, but it does grip the foundation. Their setting spray, fixing setting spray is really nice. It does have a slight fragrance, as does this. This is a bit more florally, this is more tropical scented, but nothing too crazy. It doesn't linger on the skin. It definitely feels like it's set my foundation down, which is really cool. So, and obviously you guys know this concealer's okay. I'm not really fussy with concealer, so it does its job. And the Sky V for cream contour bronzing is to die for. It definitely puts the color on. It's got pigment, it blends amazing. It does dry down, but not to the extent that you gotta like contour your face in bits and pieces. So that's really cool. And I'll see you guys in about 6 hours. Hey guys, I've had this on for probably 4 hours, probably like 6-7 hours. The LA Gold Pro Matte foundation, it looks really gorgeous. It's starting to get dewy, but nothing too crazy. It's not settling any lines, it's not creating this big line up here. It really looks amazing. It still feels very fresh on the skin. It's not getting super oily or anything like that, so it's definitely still holding up. So far so good. Okay guys, this is about 14-hour check-in on the LA Gold, where is it, Pro Matte foundation. It's really held up amazingly. It's actually surprisingly shocked me. It hasn't settled in my nose area or in this line on my forehead, this nice wrinkle I have, and it's getting dewy, but it's not getting super oily or shiny. It doesn't feel like oily, like I need to go wash my face like a foundation normally ends up doing on my skin. It's looking really fresh and looks the same as what it did when I put it on. I have even had a nap, I've eaten, I've done whatever I've needed to do, and it still looks really good. And this gets a big thumbs up for me, and so does the eyeshadow palette that we use. Ooh, break it. And the concealer and the shade to contour with is really awesome, as well as I enjoyed their setting spray, and their primer spray was really awesome to work with, and I'll be using it again. But that's that for this video, you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you are watching it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.